back with another episode of FabuPlus. Thank you for tuning in. Stay right here. We are going to talk about International Transgender Visuality Day. I got all the tea, okay? Come back, share, and all that good stuff. I'll be right.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
All right, once again, welcome back to another episode of FabuPlus. I go live right here on One Voice Radio every Wednesday, or just about every Wednesday, at 8-ish p.m. Heavy on the ish. It's closer to 9 right now, Central Time, but I'm happy to be here. I am excited for this show today. It is a holiday for quite a few people out in the world today. It is National or International Transgender Transgender Visibility Day. So it is a day for people to just be proud of who they are, finding and living as their true authentic selves. And so I just want to do my part as far as educating us who are cisgender. We look like the gender we were assigned to at birth. I just want to do my educate us so that we can all be informed on, um, you know, who they are, what they stand for, and just be pretty much, know how to verbalize and speak to transgender people without being ignorant, pretty much. So that's pretty much what I'm do today. I put my makeup on in the process because I was not prepared. I didn't have a chance to do it before I got here, so that's what we doing today. And I hope I hope I said the holiday right. But go ahead and beam me up. Here we go. Fabu Plus. This is season 2, episode 2. Yeah, on One Voice Radio. So, like I said, this is the International Day of Transgender Visuality or Visibility or Trans Day of Vibrance. I like this sign. I like it called Vibrant because you want to be seen. Vibrant is about being seen, being validated, being heard. So that's I really like this picture. I stole it off of Facebook. But so March 31st is International Transgender Day of Visibility, and it is dedicated to honoring the victories and contributions of the transgender and non-binary communities while bringing awareness to the work that is still needed to protect trans lives. And for me personally, I know trans people. I encounter them in my everyday life. But I guess what my personal stance on it is that I as a black woman, I've been oppressed in, many ways in all my life. So I just feel like I would never want to make anybody else feel the way that I felt over being a black woman and go through things like that. So I don't want to be an oppressor to anybody else. Um, and then I just think everybody's human. Everybody deserves human rights, equal rights all around, no matter what your sexuality is, gender is, however you live. We are all human, like I said. So that's another reason why I wanted to do the show, because I'm definitely an ally, and this is to educate myself as well as everybody around me. So we're gonna have a little trends 101. So let's start with a clean slate. Is how I brought my makeup wipes. Um, so let's start with a clean slate and get rid of all the like old terms and things that we normally think about transgender people. Um, so like I know old terms like cross dresser, things that are offensive. Tranny is an offensive word. Um, I just want to kind of like try to clean your slate and try to just get rid of. I don't know what the term is, but anyway, I'm gonna move forward. So let's just start with a clean slate. So I'm gonna wash my face, take my glasses off. I don't think y'all seen me without makeup before, but this is it. So cleaning my face. This is not a makeup tutorial. This is just kind of a metaphor, I guess. Okay. So, and I stole all of this off of Facebook. I'm sorry I didn't get the pages name because I would give them credit where credit is due. But hopefully this helps us. Uh-oh. Is that what chair is that? Am I way? Okay, so transgender. It is an adjective that describes a person who does not identify as the gender they were assigned to at birth. So I've always heard them say I've always felt like the opposite sex on the inside, even though on the outside I didn't look like it. Uh, so the way that you would a person is transgender, you would say he is transgender or she. Wait, no. Well, according to this, you would say he is transgender. You wouldn't say he is a transgender because it's not a thing. It is a way you describe a person. You wouldn't say they are transgendered because it's not something that happened to them. Um, trans man would be a man assigned female at birth, and a trans woman would be a woman assigned male at birth. So, meaning they decided that they felt the opposite on the inside. But a trans man would be masculine presenting, a trans woman would be feminine presenting. Uh, at first, well, you know what? If anybody is transgender or non binary that's watching, first of all, happy holiday. And I want to apologize if I say anything ignorant or, just in advance because this is the point of the show. I'm trying to learn and then just teach me. Put it in the comments and teach me. Um, so cisgender would be somebody like myself. It describes a person that identifies as the gender they were assigned at birth. At first I didn't really understand why this needed a term. But I guess because if I say women, when I say women, I really am including all women. If you consider yourself a woman, however you were assigned at birth, I'm including you too. But I guess sometimes people are not, and so they need to differentiate that they're talking about cisgender women or trans women. So a cis man is a man who was assigned male at birth. He looks like a man. A cis woman was assigned female at birth, and they look like a female. It is apparently, I don't want to say apparently, it is wrong to say biological man or woman. It says these terms apply that biology is inherently binary, which is false. Biology is far more complex than binary of a penis equals man, vagina equals woman. Biological sex exhibits as much diversity as every other part of human biology does. And that's something you can get into more deeper if you want. Non-binary. Hold on. Let me lay my foundation. This ain't gonna work, I don't think. I don't have a mirror. Oh my God. I was sleeping. We don't have one, do we? I forgot my mirror. What can we do? What can we do? I have a phone. I do have a little mirror. I might have to make it work. I got some. I'm make it work. Hi. I think I'm posting something. Okay. Well, yeah, I gotta catch up my makeup to the show. So putting on primer. This is gonna get my skin ready. Okay, but non-binary would be a person who does not identify either as male or female. Okay. Uh, yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got it. I'm gonna like this. I can't see. No, it's not working. Okay, I got this little one. Okay, so we set the foundation right. We know what it means to be transgender. Um, and then let's see, non-binary, a person that doesn't doesn't identify as either male or female. So there's no one way to be non-binary. It's like, for lack of a better term, I would call it gray area. You fit in any if like it's or a range. Let's say if male is here and female is here, a non-binary person can be anywhere in the middle. If that's my understanding and my best way I can explain it. So not all non-binary people are androgynous, meaning you just meaning they don't look either male or female, because you can see people where you just cannot immediately tell. Um, that's androgynous. Kind of. I don't know any famous androgynous people off the top of my head, but they are out there. Richard Simmons. He would be. I would say he's non-binary, and I don't know if he identifies as that, but I would say he's androgynous. He kind of looks. He could go either way, look wise. Um, so not all non-binary people are androgynous thin white male, and but I did bring up an androgynous thin white male. Um, I cannot think of anybody. Little Richard, that little Richard. I would say he would be non-binary, androgynous, and he was not thin or white. Note that many non-binary folks use they or them pronouns, We have a non-binary person who works with us here too. Yeah. Yeah. Um, and it says to all the folks who attempt to hide their transphobia beneath the guise of correct grammar to use they or them pronouns to refer to a single individual is officially grammatically correct as of 2019 when Merriam-Webster made they the word of the year. Hmm. Who knew that? I didn't even know there was a such thing as the word of the year. But they was the word of 2019. Um, so I guess that's cool. And I'm getting more. It sounds weird to refer to one person as them or they, but I am getting used to it. It's becoming more normal. Yeah, I had a whole conversation the other day, and I was able to make it through without misgendering that person. I was proud of myself. Um, and another reason why I want to do this show is because you know how I always compare it to racism because that's my only comparison. But people will always say, "Well, tell me how," or "Tell us how we should do that." And it's not really our job to educate them. You know what I mean? And so that's why I feel like it's not a transgender or non-binary person's job to educate straight people and cis people on their life. So I'm trying to do it for us. Okay. Um, transition. So let's lay our first layer of makeup. Mm. I don't even know if I'm gonna go. I don't really have an order that I go in makeup, but we're gonna do it like this today. Where's my Dutch? Okay. I'm trying to make this work, guys, but I can't see the screen without. Okay. Transition is any step a person takes to affirm their gender identity. So this would be and it says any step. So it doesn't necessarily mean like surgery. It could be them starting to wear makeup. They may start wearing wigs or start to dress different. They may even just go shopping and purchase items that they wouldn't normally wear. But it might be items that are of the sex that they're the gender that they're transitioning to. And it's kind of like if you think about people who transition completely later in life, but you like knew them in high school as their I don't know how to refer that. I don't want to say original self. Uh, but you could see it happening. I'll say, this is a good example. Um, Kylie Jenner's husband. Yeah, Chris Jenner. Chris Jenner's husband. What's his name? I mean, her name, Caitlyn Jenner. Uh, okay, so the transition was happening over time, right? And it was going on in the tabloids. They didn't really know exactly what was happening, but it started with him, or them growing their hair out, and they were just starting to look more feminine. But that was kind of the beginning where I guess you would first start to see the transition on national TV or whatever. And then it was like, oh, is he wearing are they wearing lipstick today? I remember that being in the tabloids. Bruce Jenner, that was his name at the time. He was Bruce Jenner. Um, and I don't think I covered that in today's show on how to refer to the previous state or pre-transition person. I'm not sure how to refer to that. Anybody in the comments can tell me? I can't see. This is why I've never done my makeup on the show because I can't see. Yeah. Okay, so it says he transitioned a few years ago versus he changed genders. You can say he when he presented as a female or a woman. So I guess that's how I would say it. Before, I would say Caitlyn Jenner presented as a when Caitlyn Jenner presented as a male is how I would refer to their previous transition. I guess. Oh, I wish I had some commenters because I really want to know. Okay, so the terms on the right imply that I was once a girl, but I was never truly a girl. Though I may have looked like or presented as a girl, I have always been me, a man. I just haven't always had the words or resources or confidence to claim it. Hmm. I'm not sure what that means. Mhm. Okay, I get it. So when you're saying he did this, he did that, you're still referring to the pre-transition person. So, but even the ones with the green check should say they transitioned a few years ago, or when they presented as a female woman. Mm, I think it's their choice. I guess that's the thing. It depends on what pronoun they pick. So if they choose to be called he or him, then that's fine. Uh, I'm gonna be honest. It is confusing. It's confusing. It's hard to keep up with. So we gotta blend. We gotta blend. We gotta. All right. So we're transitioning. Sex. The term sex usually refers to the gender of a usually refers to the gender a person was assigned at birth, which is deduced. Is that the word? Deduced? Deducted? Deduced? By examining the external genitalia of a fetus or a newborn. Other similar terms include birth sex, biological sex, what you were born as. Because I advise using gender assigned at birth or assigned gender. So if you're talking about a trans male, you would say he was assigned female at birth. You wouldn't say he was born a girl or he was born female because they didn't have the choice at the time. They were a baby. They didn't know that they felt like a man or like the opposite gender on the inside. So that's why you say he was assigned. And this is just, I guess, to be politically correct, really. But this is what I would like from my transgender and non-binary community is to I don't want to say don't be offended because that's I mean that's something you just cannot do. But when you have opportunities or situations where you might be offended, I get it. There's a lot of ignorant ass people out here who are not gonna care to be educated, and fuck them. But there's a lot of people who want to be educated, and I think it would be dope if people would take the opportunities to teach instead of bash people or just start do the whole cancel culture thing immediately on people. Black people, we do it too. As soon as somebody say something we don't like, we ready for them to like lose their job and everything. And really sometimes it really could be a time to teach that person because they may not really know. But if I guess with the race thing, it's like okay, this is not new. With transgender, it is new for a lot of people. Maybe not in the LGBT community, but it is new for a lot of people who are not in the LGBT community. So I just did my concealer on my face. And we're gonna go to the next slide. So gender identity is different than sex. The gender identity is the internal sense of one's gender. It's not what you look like. Gender expression is how one presents their gender bound by social construct and culture. So meaning pretty much how you dress. Based and then in culture how men are supposed to dress, how women are supposed to dress. Gender expression is just a social construct and does not have to match how one identifies, which is very true. Like I could wear whatever I want. I could wear a tuxedo and I'm still a woman. So you know what I mean? It does however a person dresses doesn't necessarily identify their gender. Gender roles should be dead, and they should be, but they still exist. So I guess it's bad to say gender expression equals gender identity, and that's not true. And gender is dead. I've never even heard nobody say that. So let's raise the eyebrows, y'all. They can't even see me that good. Pop it up for a second. Mm-hmm. They still can't see that good. It's okay. Okay. I'm trying to be quick. I gotta get my brows on. I just ran out the house and grabbed a bunch of little makeup stuff. I don't have my whole kit, so we're gonna make it work as best we can. And I'm not a makeup artist like at all. But I will tell you this: when I learned to do my makeup, I watched um, drag queens. Really, I just always thought they makeup was so cute and looked the best. And I figured if you could transition your entire face, you probably could teach me the best techniques. So that's why I went with him. So, okay, she got brows. She got brows. All right. Okay, sexuality and orientation. This is the classification of one's attraction towards other. So that's why I said gender is different than sex. Gender is who you are, what you are. Sex is your sexuality and sexual orientation is who you want and what you want. Um, so this would be if you are gay, straight, bisexual, pansexual, queer, or asexual. I actually know one asexual person. Um, so gender identity and sexual orientation are not the same. Like I just said, being trans does not mean you're gay. It does not, because you have, say, somebody's assigned female at birth, transitions to male, and still date men. I don't think so. I need to have somebody come on here and help me. I don't think so. Let's see. Let's read this. It says trans people are not automatically gay. Trans folks can be of all sexualities, just like cis folks. We can be gay, straight, pansexual, bisexual, queer. So yeah, if a trans man dates a woman, that's not gay. No. I need help. I need somebody chime in. Where's MG? Where's MG? Oh, I wish I could find her or them. See, I still fuck up. I still fuck up. I'm trying. That's the point. I'm really trying to find them. Um, I don't even know how to invite people to the live or none of that. Okay, so basically, they're saying transgender people can be any sexuality. And honestly, would have to get in the conversation with a transgender person to know exactly what that means as far as like a trans man dating a man, a trans man dating a woman, which one is gay. You know what I mean? Not sure. What I my personal stance is who other people have sex with doesn't make me come, so I don't care. You know, I really don't. I don't care if you're screwing man, woman, dog, or horse. Have fun, but for one. That is it does not bother me any. People like to say, "Oh, what about the kids?" Well, my kid's not in the bedroom with them. My kid is not in the bedroom with them, and it's not even like pushing it on kids because trans people, gay people exist in the world. It's not. I mean, they're gonna be the kids will encounter them one day, and I would much rather them be educated and know how to respond properly instead of being ignorant and be like, "Ew, are you a man or a woman?" and all that stuff. Because that's probably one of the hardest things to deal with. It's children. I can imagine, but as long as kids are, kids are real innocent and loving and it's probably easy to teach them. You know what I mean? As long as the parents haven't already done the damage. So now I'm trying to contour some cheekbones. Now this I learned from a drag queen. Well, all makeup artists do it now, but it don't even do that much, but I still do it sometimes. Mainly because I'm here. Where's the brush? Okay. So, oh, I already did that. Okay. So here's some transgender terminology. I can put my glasses on. Do this. Um, so these are the correct way would say it, to say it would be he is transgender, not he. I already said this. Not he is a transgender because it's not a thing, and he is not transgendered because it didn't happen to them. Um, Proper way of saying it would be he transitioned a few years ago, and that would be talking about a um trans male. You wouldn't say he transgendered a few years ago. I think that's obvious. You wouldn't say he transgendered. Um, he transitioned versus he changed genders. Um, I don't even know why he changed genders is bad. So let me read that. I didn't change my gender. I just changed my presentation. I've always felt like myself. Oh, got it. Got it. And so they're saying I didn't change. You just couldn't tell that I was always this way. So I changed my presentation. Get it? Yes, I understand. Okay, so you would say when I guess this is talking about the previous pre-transition. you would say when he presented as a female, a woman, or a girl, or before he transitioned. You would not say when he was a girl because they were in to them, they were never a girl. They just were trapped in a man's body. So you would not say before he became a boy because he was always a boy. Um, gender identity and sexual orientation are not the same. Being trans does not mean that you're gay. Love you too, Albert. And then it says, don't ask about surgeries, private parts, unless a person is explicitly invites you into that conversation. To me, that shouldn't even have to be said. I don't think you should ask about anybody's surgery of any kind or anybody's body parts of any kind unless they invite you to the conversation. It's when it comes to like medical stuff. I know people flirt and stuff like that, but yeah, I would never ask anybody about their pre-op, post-op situation. I don't think it's my business. Like I said, if they didn't invite me to the conversation, I'm not asking. That's so rude, so rude. But let's get some lipstick on. All right, trans people. Oh, beam me up. Yes. Get some lipstick on. Trans people deserve respect. Trans people deserve legal rights. Trans people deserve visibility. Trans people deserve health care. Absolutely. Trans people deserve freedom. And trans people deserve to live. Yeah, it does not make sense how many trans people are murdered every year. I think we had like 11 in Missouri, or I don't know if it's in Missouri or in the United States, but I'm gonna say 11 trans people have already been killed this year. I can't remember where I got that from, but um, it doesn't make sense that people are just killed for existing. It's the same way that people used to lynch black people. I don't think it's right. Well, it's not that I don't think it's right. It's not right. They deserve to live. They matter. They deserve to exist just like anybody else. Because we are made of blood, sweat, tears, bones, all the same, you know, fabric makes us up as a human. So however they express themselves, I really do hate that people get killed behind wanting to just live their true authentic self. So these are just tips that I found on Facebook. So you do not have to fully understand someone in order to treat them with respect and dignity. And this is kind of my way of navigating and staying politically correct is that, like I said, I don't care how you present yourself. I know that you're still human and you're made up the same way that I am. So I feel like I respect you, period. You know, thank you. Assume that everyone knows what bathroom they're in. That part. So if you, meaning that you're in the bathroom, a transgender person is in the bathroom with you. They're not lost. They know where they are. They're fully capable of using the restroom. Um, and what I want to say about that too is the whole issue of transgender people in the restroom. Where y'all think they've been going all these years? Y'all think they just hold it? They've been going to the restroom with you already. Furthermore, they're not the ones who are a threat to your children. Let me say that louder and clearer. Transgender people are not the people that are a threat to your children in the bathroom. Because if that was the case, transgender people would have already been committing crimes against children. That's not who's doing it. We'll talk about that on another show of who is, because I don't want to find no haters, but it's not them. Do not assume that everybody goes by he or she. Just because somebody is masculine presenting doesn't mean you can call them him or he. Just because somebody's female presenting or feminine presenting doesn't mean that they necessarily go by she or girl or her. Some people really do just want to be they, them, or just call them their name. That's kind of the easiest way. Like if you can't get the they them thing, just call people by their first name or their nickname or whatever they tell you to call them. It is okay to ask people what are their pronouns once you've established a relationship with them. I honestly don't even think you have to establish a relationship. I think you can say, "Hey, what's your name? What's your pronoun?" Like I think it can go that quick. You know, ask yourself, would I want someone else to ask me that? That's good because would you want somebody asking you, "Do you have a penis? Do you have a vagina? Are you a male or female? And you know how you look or whatever." But you don't want somebody asking you questions like that, right? Are we gonna do eyeshadow? I don't think so. I think I'm done. And let's see. Do not tolerate anti-transgender remarks or humor. Now, this is one where I guess I can't say that I tolerate it. I just really try to ignore it from people that are like friends or family with me. I just try to ignore it because I'm like, oh, they're not there yet. If the opportunity comes up where I feel like educating that person, I might. But sometimes this is like, kind of like old white men are racist. You just kind of assume they are, and you just let them have it. Yeah. A lot of old black people are very homophobic. Let's say that. Yeah, yeah. So this includes saying things like "man up" or referring to being ladylike or commenting on what makes a real man or real woman. Hmm. Now, see, oh, like I said, when I say women, I'm including transgender women, and I guess I don't consider like me saying, "Oh, if women this," I don't know. I never considered that as being an anti-transgender remark for me to say women this, women that, and I've probably been giving some people hell with my whole flip statuses um of the like I've been flipping statuses that men post on Facebook that are real toxic and telling women how to be women. I would flip it and make it like in a woman's favor. And so I would say men was this or women was this or whatever the status was. But now that I think about it, I mean, and I knew that I was being toxic. I'm not even gonna lie. I knew I was, and I knew that I would have non-binary friends and LGBT friends kind of caught in the crossfire of this. Um, but I think I explained what was going on enough that they knew that um it wasn't for them. It wasn't necessarily their fight, kind of thing. Um, yeah, yeah, it was. It was very much attack on the cis males. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm coming back. I'm just in Facebook jail. That's all. I will definitely coming back. Definitely. As soon as I get out of Facebook jail, I got like let me see, I got like 3 days left. So get ready. 30. Every time I'm in jail now, 30 days. I don't think you can go down. You don't get banned. Yeah, and I think I get one more ban, I'm gonna be permanently banned too. But oh well. So this is the first transgender senator, Rachel Levine, And it's the quote by her. I wanted to end the um, show with kind of an example of a transgender person who has, fought the good fight and made it, you know. She says, or I'm not sure of their pronouns, so I'm gonna say they say, I recognize that I may be the first, but I am heartened by the knowledge that I will not be the last. I will stand on the shoulders of those who came before, people we know throughout history, and those whose names we will never know. Um, and so she's pretty much paved the see, I'm doing the gender thing. So they have paved the way for other transgender people to, you know, pretty much be seen in the world, be represented. Because can you imagine having your government be made up of male and female, all cis people, but they're making decisions for you as a transgender or non-binary person? Somebody got to be in the room. Somebody needs a seat at the table to, um, you know, bring up their issues and what laws and things that they want on the book. So, hey, we got a politician in the house. Okay, so that is it for you. Can take it down for this episode of FabuPlus Season 2, Episode 2. I have transitioned into my cute self. See my makeup all cute and stuff. Mm-mm-mm. I should have did it before and after. People think I wear a ton of makeup. You see, I don't. You see, I don't. I'm just naturally cute like this. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Happy International Transgender Visibility Day to all my transgender and non-binary folks who are out the closet and in the closet, okay? And like the video, share the video, join FabuPlus social media group. And what's going on at One Voice Radio? Do we have anything? We got a players ball coming up. Players ball. All Missouri Music Awards. We got some events going on here at One Voice Radio. So make sure that you go to ovrstation.com and you can keep up. Also, follow the Facebook page, One Voice Radio, on Facebook and on YouTube. And you can see all the other shows. You can see the events. OVRstation.com is where you get the merch. You can get a nice little FabuPlus t-shirt. But it has been a FabuPlus moment. Look in the mirror, like what you see, and be beautiful. Good night.